got a 3. 1, 2. Get out of the way!
Oh, Mr. Eric, you took my spot.
3. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am.
My
All right,
turn.
your turn.
My
Draw
turn
a
to
card.
draw. Okay.
Draw a card.
Ha 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 ha! I got the sorry card.
You're sorry?
Check that out. I got the sorry card, and you know what that means?
That means
I get my spot back, Mr.
That
Eric,
means
and I
that
get
you-
to say sorry.
Have you ever played the game Sorry? Have you ever played the game Sorry?
I played it all the time growing up. It's one of my mom's favorite games.
Yep. You know, it makes me think, I don't hear kids say sorry much.
No.
Do you?
I do not.
You don't? Makes me think of some other things that maybe kids don't say much. Like, hey, I don't want dessert tonight, Mom. I want a salad.
Oh, I don't hear that.
You-
Ooh.
You mean our kids don't say that?
They do not.
Hmm.
Or I would like to go to bed extra early tonight.
Oh, I love when that. No, never happens, but it would be awesome.
It would.
How about, hey, Mom, you know, this homeschool thing, it's not been that hard. So I want to get some extra homework today.
Nope, I've not heard that. All I've heard is, I'm done with my work for the day. I can go do this. This next one. This is one we never hear in our house.
Okay.
I'm going to give up video games for today, tomorrow. I think I'll give them up for a week. I'm done with video games.
You're not going to play video games?
No.
No more Mario for you.
No more Mario.
Yep, our boys have never said that either. Or what about this one? What about this one? You know, Mom, I know that I messed up, so I think you should ground me for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, never heard that one.
Ever heard them say that? Nope, me either. But sorry is something that we don't say much. No, we don't say much, even though sometimes we should.
So my brother Philip, story. He loved to go to the drugstore because they had this big candy bin,
Oh, I like candy.
and it was just free. It was just pieces of candy. And my mom figured out that my brother Philip would walk by and put a piece of candy in his pocket, and then he'd walk by again. He'd put another piece of candy in his pocket. And this had happened a couple times, and when she finally figured it out, and so when she saw the candy sticking out of his pockets, and she made him go back and say sorry.
Philip steals things?
He did. He learned his lesson.
How old was he?
He was like 3 or 4.
So, like, a little bit younger than some of these kids.
So he's a little bit younger. And I
Ooh.
still remember, because I'm older than him, I still remember her going, tell them you're sorry.
You're old?
I am.
Oh, okay.
And he would say, tell them you're sorry. And he was like, sorry. And I hear my mom going, say it like you mean it.
Ooh.
Say it like you mean it. Because a lot of times we can say sorry, and it doesn't mean anything. He said sorry, but he's not really sorry for what he did. He's kind of sorry for getting caught.
Ooh, he got caught. Yeah,
So he wasn't really sorry for what he did.
He's sorry that he got caught, not that.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. And Jesus tells us that, you know, in order to be right with him, we have to be right with others.
Ooh.
That's a big one. And we have to come before him and be sorry in our hearts. Not just with not just saying it, but be sorry with our hearts. We're going to learn more about that after this song.
Ooh. We're going to sing?
We're going to sing.
All right, here we go. Enjoy this song.
This life can be kinda crazy. Some days it feels like a jungle, maybe. If you search, then you will find the treasure. Our God is big, our God is strong. The Bible tells me God is number one. I can count on God for anything. I can count on God. The word I need, I can count on God. 'Cause He is my creator, provider, protector, savior, and king.
so that was so fun singing and
I
dancing.
know. I miss
It's-
singing and dancing with you all.
I do too, but there are two things that we have to do when we are sorry, right? And one of them is the hardest.
Okay.
It is admit when we are wrong. Like last night when you were yelling at me
I was
for
not
no
yelling.
reason at all, none whatsoever.
There's always a reason, Mr. Eric.
No, or man, maybe when when we're doing things that we're not supposed to and we get caught, we're like, oh man, I know that I messed up. It's kind of like we talked about a couple weeks ago on Easter when Jesus came to take away all of our sins. That's a sin when we
Right.
mess up. We have to admit that we mess up. Man, do you mess up? Because I know she does.
And I know he does.
And we both mess up. Man, so we have to do that. And it's like when your brother takes your favorite toy. Have you ever had your brother steal your favorite toy?
Yes.
Your brother, he steals. We just learned that. That's right, he steals. So he probably took your favorite toy too. But like Carter will take Blaine's favorite toy sometimes and then he'll get mad and he'll say, I'm sorry. But he doesn't really care. He just got caught. So when you say you're sorry, you have to admit that you messed up and that you regret or wish you hadn't done what you had done. So we say we're sorry and we just forget that we were being selfish because of something that I wanted. Like when you steal my stuff,
Right.
it's because you wanted it and I had it and you were being selfish and we can't do that. And David, who was a king in the Old Testament,
Right.
talks about that in Psalms.
Right. Psalms 51. We're going to read that right now. Psalm 51, 1 through 9. It says, Be gracious to me, God, according to your faithful love, according to your abundant compassion, blot out my rebellion. Completely wash away my guilt and cleanse me from my sin. For I am conscious of my rebellion, and my sin is always before me. Against you, you alone, I have sinned and done this evil in your sight. So you were right when you passed sentence. You are blameless when you judge. Indeed, I was guilty when I was born. I was sinful when my mother conceived me. Surely you desire integrity in the inner self, and you teach me wisdom deep within. Purify me, and I will be clean. Wash me, and I'll be whiter than snow. Let me hear joy and gladness. Let the bones you have crushed rejoice. Turn your face away from my sins and blot out all of my guilt.
So he's asking Jesus, God, to forgive him.
Yes.
So like in the Old Testament, not only did you have to admit that you're wrong, but then you had to make things right. So David was asking God to help him make things right. So like you were on my farm.
Right.
And you accidentally hurt one of my sheep.
Yes.
Yep, you've done that before. You've hurt my sheep.
I've hurt your sheep. We were running and I tripped.
So, shocker. But, so for you to make it right with me,
Okay.
you had to give me 2 sheep.
But I don't want to give you 2 sheep.
Doesn't matter, you gotta make it right. So you would have to give me 2 sheep. So have you ever had to make it right? So like there was this one time, I was over at a friend's house, and they had this basketball hoop hanging above their garage. And none of the rest of us had a basketball hoop, but they had one hanging over their garage. And they would let us come over and play. And they didn't even have kids. So they'd let some of the kids in the neighborhood, there were about 4 or 5 of us, we used to get together and hang out in our neighborhood and so we were shooting basketball and I shot this shot and it looked more like a shot that you would shoot than me, and it was this thing called an air ball. Have you ever airballed? Oh, well I did. And instead of hitting the hoop, it hit the window and went right through the window. Oh, I was kind of afraid and I took off. Not good.
No.
But I went to get my dad because I knew that Dad could help me, right? And so he said, well, we got to go say we're sorry, and we got to make it right. So he took me over, and we knocked on the door, and we told them what happened, and they were so cool about it. And then we told them that we were going to have to make it right. So what did I have to do?
You gotta say you're sorry.
I did. And then I had to replace the glass in the garage
Right.
because I had to make it right. So I didn't have to give them 2 pieces of glass though, but I did have to make it right. And I did feel bad. So I went to my dad to help me. And David was going to his dad to help him. God, he's all of our dads, and he wants to help us take away,
Right.
make right the sin.
Sorry isn't a way to make excuses, but it's the first step to making it right. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's about making it right. If you say sorry with your mouth, but don't mean it with your heart, you're not making it right. You're just glossing over it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you need to say sorry to?
Yeah, you do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Eric. for
You
yelling
gotta
at you
mean
last
it.
night. I do mean it.
Oh,
I'm sorry
yeah.
So is there anybody you need to say you're sorry to? Anyone that you need to make things right with? Say sorry, but don't say it unless you mean it. Saying it with your mouth doesn't matter if you don't mean it with your heart, because when you say it with your heart is when you make it right.
So this week, guys, when you mess up, when you have to say sorry, we want you to mean it, and we want you to take away all the excuses, and we want you to make it right. Okay? And you can do that, and it's okay. Just like I had to go get my dad to help me, it's okay to get some help sometimes. So you make it right this week. And remember, when you say sorry, you got to mean it, and you got to make it right. Just like David in the Old Testament. Okay? So we'll see you next week. See you soon.
Bye, guys.